Are we? Looks like we are.
Wait,
We're live.
Maybe.
Wait,
We
we're live.
Maybe. No.
I don't believe you.
I'm checking
I
right
don't believe you.
now. I show that we are live on Facebook. I haven't got the YouTube notification yet. I'm checking the reach.
I'm Ron.
I'm Ron Burgundy. There we go. Now we're live on YouTube. Welcome. I think the audio should be good. Podcast is good. We're just going to share it in the group. And then we'll introduce everyone to our guests. Did to each other's trick. I told you not to play the music before the show. Now that's all I have in my head. It's like bum, bum, It's so funny.
It's sad when you sit there and it's sad when you just sit there and you're like the dance in your head.
You're like I'm an adult, but in reality you're on the couch like just going along with the steps in your mind, trying to be as cool as can be. All right, guys, we are live. Let's see how this goes. New laptop. Faster processor.
Same
echo. You hear it?
I'm getting the same echo.
Live. There we are.
I know where it is. Don't worry. All right. Luckily, I planned for this. So I know exactly where the echo is coming from, and I'm shutting it down. I told you not to play the music.
Whoa.
Don't worry. I got it. I just have to mute all of the audio sources. Because when I swithed over to this computer...
I thought that was me for a second, because I just clicked on the Facebook video. I was like, did I do that? Like, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
My bad.
Alright.
Over here fucking up the tech.
I broke it.
Did not mean to.
Alright. Echo should cease in like 5 seconds. I've turned on all other audio inputs.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Should be normal now. Alright.
What was that?
Testing. That was me checking the phone audio. It's still, remember there's like a 10-second delay. So I'm like, let me know when it's all better. Yep.
Just talking said that we can't do this. The first 5 minutes are always like this.
Yeah, because last week I switched over. I had to clean up the program, so that led to issues. This week I got a brand new laptop from work. They're like, here's this like awesome like Ryzen 7 laptop. So we were like, ooh, it'd be better to run it on here because I think we'd have less issues. And well, I had to convert everything, and the only way to know like if it's gonna work is to go live. And when we go live, it's like there it is. And we discover the issues. But I think we got that. I just heard it and it sounded great. So everybody's making their way into the live now. Making their way into the chat.
Making my way downtown.
Now that's gonna be stuck in my head.
Welcome
all night.
That easily. And I miss you.
I used to know that song on the piano, and I felt really cool.
That is amazing. That is so amazing.
Okay, I knew like all of all the songs are super simple on the piano. Like White Houses is one of the easiest songs I've ever learned to play, but it sounds really cool. Like it's one of those things where you're just like, let me play this song for you. And people are like, oh my god, that's so cool. And I'm like, thanks. It's like 4 chords.
How did you know?
I'm trained.
Shutting down everything. Making sure nothing's running in the background that's going to slow us down.
The video is frozen.
Yeah. It's skipping frames. That's why I'm trying to make sure there's like nothing open that we don't need open. So. All right.
Whoa. Don't worry.
Come on.
Can we just say that soundbite? I just want it. Just
wow. Yeah. Fixing it. So, new laptop. What's the verdict? Same issue. So, there we go. Thank you guys for letting me know if it's working or not, though. Comment section, super helpful. I love that our comment section's like tech support.
Did you try turning it on and off again?
Did you try restarting? Yes, I did.
Is it plugged in?
All right. The great thing is that the recorded version of the podcast is crystal clear. So I'm just going to have to create edits of this stuff, man. Jeez. It's Skype. Restream. RB. Close RB. I don't need that right now. All these work apps. All right. Looks like it's catching up now. There.
This wig is giving me a headache for some reason.
You have a wig on?
Yeah, my hair's not this long.
I
wish it was.
I'm spacing.
That was me.
It looks like your hair color, so I didn't think it was it. Wow.
Yeah, it's like close to my hair color, but my hair's like up to here.
I don't know why I didn't realize that. All right, who else is wearing a wig? Come clean right now. Okay.
Alright, I'm wearing a wig.
So, everybody, we're going to try and resume and see if we can get it to go. Because I think the audio issue's fixed. It's now just the lag of bandwidth, guys. So.
Because last week I switched.
There's two ones.
I was like, who's talking?
One.
I don't know, but I sounded clear, so that's a plus. There's no more echo. So watch. I am going to do what I did that fixed it last time. Boom. I'm going to try dropping me, putting our guest front and center.
We'd have less issues. Well,
I sound good. Who has me on? Thank you, guys.
only way to know, like if
Yeah. All right. There's
I
no
don't
echo
know.
no more. There's no more echo. So I think we're good. Okay. Our guest. Welcome, everybody, to Con Culture Podcast. We're going to try our best to roll with the punches here because, yeah, there's no reason why it shouldn't be working. Echo seems to be under control now. Looking at the audio settings, the interface is showing me that everything's working peachy keen. So get your shit together, Facebook, Twitch. Someone? Yeah. Sorry. Spooky Patootie.
Yay!
By the way,
Hey, I'm here.
thank you so much for your patience in that little adventure there. A local cosplayer, though. That is exciting because we've been, like, not boasting. We were bragging about before. I hope it didn't sound that way, but it's been a lot of fun, like, getting to interview cosplayers from all over the place. And now we have a local cosplayer, which is always fun because especially we forget that we live in a city of like 2 to 3 million people. So you think the community's kind of small and there's like still so many people we don't know. So always meeting new people is fun. And we get to do nerd hangouts. The more friends you have to do nerd hangouts, the better. It's like cosplay group. Like this right here needs to happen. Like we need to do an in-person goofy one. I am so in. And Trey has been wanting to. What con did you want to take us to, Trey? You were like, we need to go.
D23.
Yeah. We want to do
D23
a
Expo.
Yeah, we want to do a goof troop at D23 because I think that would be just awesome.
Supposed to happen next year, but I don't know.
Was it
anything
MagFest
happening?
just canceled?
Yeah.
Yeah, MagFest just canceled, and inside sources for cons that I know say no cons till 2022. So
No!
yeah, yeah, it's looking
Hey,
like
keep
no
working on your
cons.
cos plans. Keep
Well,
working
I
on those
guess-
big builds.
I guess this just means that we can do like local meetups, like safe local meetups where it's like, okay, this group of like this goof troop is gonna meet, or like this avatar group is going to meet.
Mhm.
I'm at a con. Okay.
Um, the DC fandom was pretty cool. That was like a virtual con in a way.
Yeah.
I love the trailers. I love the trailers and the reveals. We got so much good stuff. I mean, we got a vengeance out of that. So,
Yeah.
like, how could you be mad? That was such a cool. Yeah.
They featured a lot of cosplayers and had some panels, which is cool.
Yeah, online too. I love that. Several cosplayers we know. I think it's CX Cosplay was chosen for his not Winter Soldier. His what was it? His Aquaman, I think, was featured. Night Mage was featured as Black Adam. Like, we had several people that we've actually.
I think it was his Green Lantern.
No, it was his Black Adam, because he did a whole little like.
For T.
Oh, T's Green Lantern.
Yeah.
That CX
I mean, his
Cosplay was
Aquaman
Green
was
Lantern.
incredible.
Oh, his Aquaman's amazing.
We called it L'Aquaman for a while. I remember we like stumbled upon his photo shoot, because you know at the Riverwalk, if you go down, there's like
That
this
was
little
when I met
waterfall
him.
thing.
You met him and you met me.
Yes, that's when we met for the first time, and I think it was at like what con was
San
that?
Japan.
It was
No,
San
no, it was
Japan.
PAX. No, it was PAX.
PAX?
That's right, it was PAX.
Oh, wow.
2018.
Yeah.
2019.
Aw.
2018. Doesn't matter.
It feels like 2 years
So that's
ago.
how we became cosplay friends. What we want to know is, how did you get into cosplay? Like, what got you into this crazy cosplay world?
Well, I was, I guess I've always been fascinated by costumes. I'm a theater nerd, so I adore all things costumes. And I started watching anime when I was really young, and I went to my first convention, I think in like 2008 or 2009. I went to MizumiCon at Our Lady of the Lake University because I'd gotten some free tickets, and I had no idea what it was. Nobody prepared me for what was in store. I just
And
kinda
how
showed
addicting
up.
it was going to be.
I just heard that it was like so like my parents had gotten the free tickets, and they were like, oh yeah, there's some like festival that's going on at Our Lady of the Lake, we should go. And I was like, a festival, that's cool. And he showed me like the picture, and it was Avatar: The Last Airbender, because it was like, I think they were guest Jack DeSena and Jesse Flower were both guest speaking, like they were the featured artists. And so he was like, here, look, it's got that show that you like on it, we should go and see what all that's about. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, a festival about Avatar, like an Avatar festival sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Sign me
we'll
up.
go.
I'm there all day.
And so we showed up, and like the first thing that I saw was cosplay chess, which is when they lay like a big chessboard on the ground, and people can sign up and they can play chess as their characters, but there's two designated people who move each character, and when each person moves, they can animate their bodies however they want to get to the
How
next spot.
fun!
It was super
I'm gonna
cute.
do that now.
But that was the first thing that I saw when I got there. I was waiting in line to get my badge, and I just see like a bunch of different people dressed up as like some animes that I was used to seeing. Because I think I was like 15 or 16 at the time, and
Just
I saw
starting
some people
your anime journey.
just starting my con anime journey. I started like when I was like 11 on Tokyo Mew Mew. I think that was my very first one on like on what was it, like CDX channel or something. It was like a channel that we had on our TV that if you like hit the side of it, like it would pop up. And I was like, oh yeah, that cartoon channel, I like this one. And so I would watch like, Tokyo Mew Mew.
So
behind,
many
like,
memories.
Just
I'm just hitting the
fuzzy.
TV now.
behind like the fuzzy screen. I would just watch these like magical girls turn into cats and turn into humans.
I'm looking
It's
at
awesome.
pictures of Tokyo Mew Mew. Oh my gosh, they're so cute!
They're so
They look like Sailor Scouts, but like cats.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yep. So I love them all, and they all had, you know, the different archetypes, and so I just fell in love with each of them, and their costumes were so pretty, and they were so it's spunky, and they saved the world every single day. So I was totally entranced. But when I went to the convention, I saw all of these people just being themselves, and it actually reminded me of that scene from Mean Girls where she goes to the mall for the first time and she sees like the kids in the watering hole, like, and she describes it all as like a zoo or like the wild, and she, this was far from that. I mean, there were people who were getting their flirt on, so that was awesome, but there was also like people who were just playing and running around, and people who were eating like snacks of things that I only dreamed about, as I watched like all these animes. I was like, oh my gosh, like these
It's
snacks
real.
are conveniently
It's
here
real.
for me. Yeah, they're real and they're convenient. I can eat them all now. So it was just like this magical place, and conventions have not lost their magic for me at all, no matter how many times I keep going. Like, and the cosplay community too. And with like all this, the situation that's going on, but like you said earlier, from it, I've met so many fantastic people, and like TikTok and cosplay and the whole community, that I've involved with has really just been like a lifesaver and a joy saver for me. It's been fantastic.
It has been.
Yeah, so that was my first dive into the con scene.
Nice.
How cool.
So Anime Con, that's one hell of
They're
a
a totally
foot in
different breed.
Yeah, anime cosplays are next level. So that the fact that was like the first thing you went to, and those hotel lobby anime cons, I remember those. Those were freaking intense.
Have you been to IkiCon in Austin?
I haven't yet. No, I would love.
Trey
to go.
took me last year, and it was so much fun.
What other cons have you been able to get to in town? Like, what are some of your faves?
Yeah, so I ended up actually going to Our Lady of the Lake University, and so I ended up doing Stand Japan quite a bit. I went to PAX a couple of times. I went last year and the year before. It was so much fun. I went to what am I thinking? Stand Japan, MizumiCon, PAX. Oh, and I went to MegaCon in Orlando because I did.
It's huge. It's a big one.
It's so big. Yeah, I got to meet Norman Reedus and
Nice.
Booker DeWitt, and so it was really cool. I met all those people and it was amazing. MegaCon was so much fun. I wanted to go this year. I had it planned, and then I also went to a horror convention called Spooky Empire.